Hey Cowboys Nation, sometimes you come on here ready to break down plays, talk about who's stepping up, who's struggling, what the team needs to fix. But today, none of that feels important. I tried to figure out the right way to start this show, but there's no right way to talk about something like this. I just have to speak from the heart. Today isn't about football. It's about a young man who left us way too soon. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn has passed away, and those words still don't even feel real to say out loud. When I first heard it, I sat there for a while just staring at the screen, hoping maybe it was a misunderstanding, hoping that somehow the information was wrong. But it wasn't. The team's been informed. People close to him know. And now we're all trying to process this together. Out of respect for his family, I'm not getting into details. That's not my place. What I will say is that if you're struggling, if you're going through something dark, if you've been carrying something on your shoulders and you feel like you can't talk about it, please reach out to somebody. Don't hold that pain in. You don't have to fight every battle alone. I know most of you hit my inbox to talk Cowboys football, to break down stats or rumors or coaching decisions. But if you ever need to talk about life, about something personal, about the weight you're carrying, man, my door's open. And I mean that. Because sometimes it takes one conversation, one person listening, to make you realize you're not alone in this. I'm telling you from my heart, if you need help, if you need to talk, please reach out. This kind of news hits harder than anything football-related ever could. It's not about who's going to take his spot or what the roster looks like now. It's not about the game plan or training camp. This is about real life. This is about a human being who's no longer with us and a family who's hurting beyond words. This is about teammates who just lost a brother. This is about fans who are sitting there in disbelief, realizing that life really is that fragile. And this is why I always try to remind y'all, you can't let negativity eat you alive. You can't keep feeding your mind with bad energy, bad thoughts, bad vibes. It doesn't help. It doesn't solve anything. The world already throws enough at us. Dwelling on what we can't control just keeps us stuck in the same dark place. We have to learn how to step back, how to breathe, how to protect our peace. Because when something bad happens, it's already done. It's already in the past. And while that pain might stay with you for a long time, what you do with it, that's what defines how you move forward. You can lose a job, you can lose a relationship, you can lose someone you love, and in that moment it can feel like everything's over. But you've got to search for the lesson in it. You've got to find some small bit of meaning, even when it feels impossible, because that's how you heal. You take that pain, and you turn it into something that helps you grow. You use it to understand yourself better. You use it to connect with others who are going through their own storms. That's how we honor the people we lose, by learning, by loving harder, by showing up for each other more. It's heartbreaking to even try to talk about this in a football context, because football doesn't matter right now. This is about life. This is about asking ourselves how we treat people, how we speak to them, how we show them that they matter. When was the last time you told someone close to you that you love them? When was the last time you asked your friend how they were doing and really meant it? When was the last time you slowed down and noticed the people around you? Not just the people you know, but the ones you cross paths with every day? Maybe it's the person at the gas station. Maybe it's the cashier at the store. Maybe it's that guy at work who always keeps to himself. You never know what someone's fighting through. A small act of kindness, a smile, a few kind words, holding the door open, telling someone you hope they have a good day. It can mean more than you realize. That could be the one moment in their day where they feel seen. You never know what kind of impact you're having on someone else, good or bad. So when something like this happens, when a young life ends too soon, it shakes us. It makes us stop and think about how we move through the world, how we show up for our brothers, our sisters, our teammates, our families, our friends. Are we paying attention? Are we listening? Are we noticing when someone around us is struggling? Sometimes, people don't come out and say it. Sometimes, they smile through the pain. Sometimes, they post happy pictures online, but go home feeling empty. We've got to look deeper. We've got to be present. God bless Marshawn. God bless his family. This young man had a light about him, a sense of humor, a competitive spirit, a smile that said he loved what he did. And now that light's gone way too soon. It's hard to process. It's hard to even find words. It just doesn't feel fair. You think about all the potential, all the life left to live, and it just leaves you numb. I don't even know how to transition from something like this back into football talk. It feels wrong to even try. This isn't a story about stats or contracts or roster moves. It's a story about humanity, about how fragile this life really is. One day you're planning for next season, talking about the next opponent, and the next day, you're just praying for someone's soul to find peace. That's what I'm praying for tonight. That Marshawn finds the peace that he couldn't find here. That his family feels the love and support of this entire Cowboys community, of everyone who's ever worn the star, of everyone who's ever cheered for America's team. Because in moments like this, none of that team rivalry stuff matters. None of it. What matters is compassion. What matters is connection. What matters is remembering that these players we cheer for are real people with real lives, real struggles, and real pain. And I just hope, more than anything, that his story reminds someone out there to take care of themselves, to reach out before it's too late, to check in on the people they love, to remember that you don't always see what someone's carrying. Be kind, be patient, be gentle with people, because life's hard enough already. We don't need to make it harder for each other. This world can feel heavy. The noise, the pressure, the expectations, it can all pile up until it feels like too much. But every single one of us has the power to be that small light for someone else. Even if it's just a few words, even if it's just listening, even if it's just showing up. You never know what kind of difference that can make. So yeah, Cowboys Nation, this isn't the show I wanted to do today. But maybe it's the one we needed. Because beyond the highlights and the scoreboards and the rivalries, this right here, is what really matters. Love your people. Appreciate your days. Don't waste time on anger and negativity. Find peace wherever you can. Because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. You know, when something like this happens, it puts everything in perspective. We spend so much time talking about the next game, the next trade, the next season, but when life hits like this, it makes you realize just how small all of that really is. Sports are supposed to bring us joy, excitement, something to rally behind, but moments like this remind us that the men on that field are more than players, more than athletes. They're sons, brothers, fathers, friends, and human beings dealing with things we can't always see. And maybe that's what hurts the most. Because we look up to these guys like they're superheroes, like they're untouchable. We see them with helmets on, running full speed, making big plays, and we think they've got it all figured out. But behind that strength, behind that confidence, there's still a person who feels pain, who has doubts, who faces silent battles every single day. And when one of them is suddenly gone, it shakes you to your core. You start asking yourself all these questions. Could anyone have done more? Could someone have seen the signs? Could anyone have changed what happened? But the truth is, sometimes we just don't know what someone's going through. And that's why it's so important, especially in today's world, to slow down, to be aware, to look beyond the surface. We live in a time where everyone's always rushing, always distracted, always posting the highlight reel of their lives. But pain doesn't show up in selfies. Struggle doesn't show up in the good moments people share online. You never really know the weight someone is carrying until it's too late. That's why being kind isn't just a cliche, it's a necessity. I think about Marshawn and how his teammates must be feeling right now. The locker room must be silent in a way words can't describe. These guys spend more time together than they do with their own families during the season. They train together, fight together, celebrate together, and suddenly one of those voices, one of those presences is gone. That kind of loss doesn't just fade. It lingers. Every player who walks into that facility is going to feel that absence. Every coach, every staff member, everyone who ever crossed paths with him is going to replay old memories, old conversations, and wish they could say one more thing. And I know fans feel it too. Because even if you never met the man, you saw his passion. You saw his love for the game. You saw his energy every time he stepped on the field. That kind of spirit doesn't just belong to one person. It spreads. It becomes part of the community. And when that spirit is gone, it leaves a hole that can't be filled. Cowboys Nation, y'all know what I mean. You've supported this team through ups and downs, through heartbreaks and triumphs. And this is one of those moments that reminds us that our love for the team isn't just about football. It's about family. And family doesn't stop at the edge of the field. Family checks in. Family looks out for one another. Family pays attention when something feels off. If there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's that we can't wait until tragedy strikes to start caring. We can't wait until we lose someone to start saying the things we should have said. Tell people you appreciate them while they're still here. Tell them you love them while they can still hear it. You never know what kind of comfort those words can bring. I think about how much pressure young players are under these days. Social media, public expectations, comparisons, criticism, it's nonstop. You make one mistake, and suddenly everyone's talking about you, judging you, breaking you down. That kind of spotlight can be cruel, especially for someone still trying to figure out who they are. And we, as fans, sometimes forget that. We forget that the people we cheer for or criticize are still human. They go home after the game. They have families, fears, bad days. They read what's said about them. They feel that pressure. So maybe now is a good time for all of us to take a step back and think about the energy we put into the world. Whether it's toward an athlete, a coworker, a friend, or a stranger, words matter. Energy matters. What you say, how you treat people, how you respond when someone's struggling, it all makes a difference. You never know who might be holding on by a thread. You never know who might just need someone to say, "Hey, I see you. You matter." And to the players, if any of you ever watch or listen to stuff like this, know that we appreciate you not just for what you do on the field, but for who you are off it. We don't see everything you go through, but we respect the grind, the sacrifices, the courage it takes to chase your dreams in front of the whole world. It's easy to forget that behind every jersey number is a person just trying to find balance, trying to make it through another day like the rest of us. Martian's passing is a reminder that even the strongest among us can be hurting inside. It's a reminder that mental health isn't something to be ashamed of, and it's not something to ignore. You can be an elite athlete, a superstar, a warrior on the field, and still need help. And that's okay. That doesn't make you weak. That makes you human. And if we, as fans and as a community, can start seeing that, really seeing it, maybe we can start creating a space where people feel safer being open, where they feel seen, where they don't have to hide their pain behind a mask of toughness. I think back to the stories you hear from players who've retired, who say that once the lights go out and the crowd stops cheering, they don't know who they are anymore. They feel lost. And if that can happen after a career, imagine how hard it must be for a young player still trying to find his place. The silence can be deafening. That's why it's on us, as a community, to keep reminding these guys, and each other, that life is bigger than football. You are more than your job, more than your title, more than your stats. You're a person first. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. In what could be one of the most shocking moves of the NFL offseason, whispers have begun circulating that the star wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals might be making his way to the Dallas Cowboys. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to team insiders suggest that talks have been heated and that both sides are very interested in making a blockbuster deal happen. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing at the mere possibility. The Cardinals receiver has been a key playmaker, known for his explosive speed, precise route running, and ability to change the course of a game with a single catch. A move to Dallas would immediately make the Cowboys offense one of the most feared in the league, pairing him with their talented roster and giving their quarterback a potentially game-breaking weapon. Industry insiders are pointing to several factors that make the move plausible. The Cowboys have been seeking to inject more firepower into their passing game, and the Cardinals' star has reportedly expressed a desire for a fresh challenge and a chance at a championship-caliber team. Meanwhile, Arizona may be open to negotiations if the right package of draft picks or promising young talent is offered. Social media has erupted with speculation, with fans dissecting every cryptic post from team accounts and the player himself. Memes, hashtags, and heated debates are filling timelines, with supporters on both sides already imagining what the new chemistry could look like on the field. Sports networks are weighing in with insider info and expert analysis, though the exact details remain murky. Even if the deal never materializes, the rumor itself has already energized the NFL offseason chatter. Cowboys fans are dreaming of highlight reel catches in the stadium, while Cardinals followers are bracing for the potential loss of a beloved playmaker. One thing is certain. If this move happens, it could redefine the dynamics of the NFC and set the stage for a thrilling season. For now, all eyes are on Dallas and Arizona, as the league watches the rumor mill churn. Could the Cowboys really land one of the top wideouts in the game? The next few weeks may provide answers, but until then, speculation reigns supreme. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.